My oh my, Islanders, you can't make some of this stuff up. I've never been to the point so frustrated, so upset at a situation where I have marched to guest services and removed my gratuities. But a fellow Carnival cruiser did just that because of a small occurrence, because of a crew member who was trying to take care of the cruiser. They didn't like what the crew member did. We will share the story with you on the show today, and you'll have an opportunity to weigh in. Was it justified for the cruiser to remove the gratuities? We'll talk about that, plus the growth of cruising. We hear about it all the time on social media. Now we have some numbers to share with you on just how cruising has grown in 2022 and 2023 and beyond. We all need some time on the islands. Let's go there now on Island Time. Hey, big happy Wednesday to all you Islanders. We are halfway through the week. We hope that you're having a good day, and we are right here on Island Time. I am Derek. Let's drop our anchors and take some time to relax in the islands together, catching up in everything in the cruise world as we enjoy doing. Be sure, if you're not already, that you're subscribed to this channel. Ring the bell to receive notifications when we upload content. Over 70% of our viewers are not subscribers, and we invite you to subscribe. We're going to share the latest on what's going on. We're going to share news. This is real news. It's reality. It's stories that have taken place. You won't believe the story that we have to share with you today. We invite you at any time. If you have something to say, if you find yourself talking to your phone, to your computer, to your TV, however you're watching us, be sure you share your thoughts and opinions. This one is a doozy. Let's jump right into it. All of us enjoy cruising, and there are times that we are out of our cabin. We are enjoying ourselves. Sometimes we put that sign up on our door that says cruising so that our cabin steward knows we are not in the cabin. We are enjoying the food and the drinks and the music and the sun and the pools and the activities and the adventures, trivia and events and the dancing. All of it. There's a lot to enjoy. We put that sign out so the cabin steward knows to come inside, come clean my cabin, come straighten things up, tidy things up for me, leave some extra towels. They do that from time to time. We do that from time to time. But there's also a flip side, the do not disturb, the snoozing sign that sometimes we've had enough of being outside. We're tired. We want to take a nap. We're on vacation. Hello? And we put that sign up, we go inside, we know that that is our space. That's where we can relax. That's where we can take a nap. We can work if we want to, watch TV if we want to, read a book if we want to, do whatever we want to do. We're not going to be disturbed. Do not disturb means do not disturb. But there are some boundaries to that do not disturb. And that's where the story comes in today. There was a passenger who put their snoozing sign out on a Carnival cruise recently, and they were upset when all of a sudden they got the knock at the door. The door opens up, and it's their cabin attendant, their cabin steward, knocked on the door, even though the sign was up. Here is the story. A guest recently who cruised with Carnival wrote John Hild, Carnival's brand ambassador, on Facebook and said this: John Hild, how would you like it if the cabin cleaner walked in on you, John Hild? Our cleaner knocked and walked in on us, ignoring the do not disturb sign we had out. This was not acceptable. Is this how Carnival trains their workers? You would probably think at first juncture here that, yeah, they probably should not have done that. But the passenger did not tell all the story, as oftentimes happens. John Hild and Carnival looked into this because they thought, hey, the cabin steward probably should not have knocked on the cabin if you had the sign out. But that is not the whole story. John Hild writes back and shares with us all. I have since spoken with the housekeeping manager who explained what had happened. The guest had their snoozing sign out for more than 24 hours. So it is a company policy that we check the safety and well-being of the guest, and that is what happened here. Carnival does have a policy. If you leave that snoozing sign out for more than 24 hours, they're going to check on you. They're going to make sure you're okay. Are you sick inside? Did you have a medical emergency inside? Did something happen back at home? Maybe you got bad news and you don't know how to deal with it. It's Carnival's policy. If that sign is out, they see the snoozing sign for 24 hours, they are going to check on you. They will always knock first, as they should, right? John Hild continued on to say the stateroom attendant did knock as they always do before entering, and as there was no reply, they entered the room with the floor supervisor also there. Think about this. The sign has been up for 24 hours. The cabin attendant, the cabin steward has not seen you. They knock at the door and no one answers. They're probably worried at this time. They have a supervisor there just in case something happens. And then, of course, they go into the room. You are there, and now you are upset because they have invaded the do not disturb that's been out for 24 hours when they're just trying to check on you. And believe it or not, you have agreed to this check. When you accept the passenger contract before you cruise, it's in there, 90 plus pages. You've agreed for them to come check on you just in case something happens. I can venture to say that this happens oftentimes when the sign is put out for 24 hours. And there's been situations where they knock on that door, when they open the door, and there have been passengers who have been in the cabin and something has not been okay. There has been a medical emergency. There's been someone who is upset. And thank goodness that they have come across these situations and found them. They need to do that. If you want to be left alone, there are ways you can be left alone. As we have mentioned, Carnival has to touch base, has to see each passenger every 24 hours. Your cabin steward literally has to check off that they have seen you. It could be in the hallway as you're walking by that they see you. They can mark off that they have seen you. And you can communicate, hey, we're going to be in the cabin for the majority of today. I'm going to put my sign out. We're okay, but we're going to be in there. You can also call your cabin stewards from your stateroom and say, hey, we're not feeling very well, or we just want to stay inside our cabin. We're going to put our snoozing sign out. We're okay. We don't need anything. You don't have to clean our cabin today. You can do that. Absolutely. You can leave a note in your room. Maybe you're leaving the room in the morning, you're going to get breakfast, but you plan to come back and stay all day. While your cabin steward is cleaning, you can leave a note posted on your mirror. Hey, we're going to be back at 10 a.m. and we're staying here all day. Communication is key. That's what they say, is it not? You can't put up the snoozing sign for 24 hours and expect no one to check on you. This passenger was upset enough that they wrote John Hild. They mentioned it, of course, on board. Upset enough that here is the quote: "We took away their gratuity and gave it to other crew people." They took away their gratuities for the cabin steward because of the wellness check and gave it to other people. I don't think that is warranted, especially when this crew member was just doing their job. They think about this. They recognized you've had this sign up for a long time. They've recognized they haven't seen you in 24 hours. They recognize that the sign has been up. As a result, they call their supervisor and say, hey, something may be going on here. I need to enter this cabin. The supervisor shows up. Carnival is doing things for you and you don't even know it. They knock on the door. They open the door to check on you. And meanwhile, you're going to say, hey, you invaded my privacy. I'm taking away your gratuities. I don't think that's right at all. I don't. As a matter of fact, if I had a crew member go through that much effort to make sure that I was okay, I would probably get up out of bed and probably tip them. If the cabin steward said, hey, I haven't seen you in a long time. I noticed your sign is up. I have my supervisor here just to make sure everything is okay. Are you okay? Is everything okay? Can we do anything for you? I might say, yeah, we've just been camping out in the cabin, but I really do appreciate you checking on me. That's the way I would handle it. Islanders, what do you think about this story? Should gratuities have been removed? Would you have appreciated the extra effort that Carnival went to make sure that you as a passenger were okay? Don't just think your thoughts. Don't just say your thoughts. Put them in the comment section below. We can't wait to hear what you have to say as we share some data with you on the growth of cruising. We hear almost every single day new cruise ships are being built. Of course, on this show, we share updates with you on when ships complete big milestones and inaugural cruises and things like that. But the truth is that cruising continues to grow, and it is going to for the foreseeable future. When you look at numbers, though, the Cruise Line International Association, the CLIA, recently published some numbers that were mind-blowing to me. And it talks about, and it shares how the growth of cruising in 2022 and 2023 is well beyond the record that we saw in 2019 before the pandemic. The number of cruisers worldwide in 2023 is 31.7 million. Almost 32 million people cruised. In 2024, it's going to be almost 35 million people cruised. Think about that in the states that you live in. I live in Arkansas. We have 3 million people, and 35 million people will cruise this year. That is astonishing. First-time cruisers. We've all mentioned kind of on the ships that we're on, we can tell first-time cruisers on many cruise lines because of their loyalty, the color of their cards, and so forth. Those blue card cruisers. We've noticed there's been a lot of them, have we not, on our cruises. New cruisers have risen 27% compared to 2 years ago. 27% growth of new cruisers, people getting into cruising for the first time. 30% of families cruising together have at least 2 generations. We're starting to see grandma and grandpa sailing with their kiddos, sailing with their grandkids. 28% of cruisers, 1 in 4 cruisers, are sailing with 3 generations, grandma, grandpa, their parents, and kids. That is crazy. You're starting to see more family reunions and things like that. More holiday cruises, people leaving for the holidays. The global impact that cruising has on the economy and economies around the world is unbelievable. Listen to this. We don't have the numbers for 2023 yet. They're coming soon. But in 2022, cruising output and cruising impacts on the economy worldwide reached $138 billion with a B dollars. That is people traveling for flights, hotel stays, restaurant stays, Airbnb stays. $138 billion was pumped into the global economy because of cruising, and that created 1.2 million jobs, which is unbelievable. Cruising continues to grow and will continue to grow with all the ships being built. I'll be honest, I love the growth. Some cruisers out there say, don't tell people about our secret. Don't tell people about cruising. Don't tell people how much fun it is, because they're going to cruise as well. They're going to drive prices higher, but that's okay. New cruise ships are being built to host all of us, and we're excited about that. Islanders, what do you think about the growth of cruising? Do you have friends or family who have gotten into cruising for the first time the last couple of years? Let us know in the comment section below. You yourself may be a quote-unquote new cruiser, been on 2, 3, 4 cruises. You are considered a new cruiser. Let us know your thoughts on this story, and of course, the story on the angry passenger who removed their gratuities because Carnival cared enough to check on them. Let us know what you think. That is the cruise news for today. If you made it this long, be sure you like the video. We can't wait to see your thoughts, your comments in the comment section below. We'll see you on our Facebook page and tomorrow right here on Island Time.